Hello, guys. Good afternoon. I'm glad that you've joined the session today. My name is Evelyn Kivaya, and I'm a digital marketing specialist from Africa on a Meet. I'm glad to be on board to train you on the topic, which is build your brand and sell online. I hope you're going to engage, and I hope the session will be informative. You'll be able to grab a thing or two in the session, which you'll be able to apply to your business and enable it to grow. My moderator for today will be Joseph Aluku. Kindly feel free to engage with him, ask him questions, he will be able to respond, and in case of anything, feel free to interact, engage. Let's build a community, a good rapport in which you're going to help each other on good. Going on good is I've earlier said our topic will be build your brand and sell online. So how can you build your brand online and enable your business to sell or rather increase your sales online? So going forward in it, I'm going to start with we are going to discuss the above agendas in broad, which are on your screen. The first agenda that you're going to start with is establish your brand online. We're going to discuss the importance of having an online presence as well as the various steps you can take to establish your brand online. We'll then go on forward to look at the steps in which you can do to develop your e-commerce offering, and then you're going to finalize with top tips for utilizing social media platforms to drive sales, generate more leads to your business. So let's take a minute or two to familiarize ourselves with the chat box functionality, which we'll be using during today's session. And also, you can feel free to engage with my moderator, who is Joseph Aluku, on the chat box, asking any questions that you might have. We will be able to engage with you and answer your questions as scheduled. And so, going on forward, Google are offering a one-on-one mentoring program, which is to help small businesses or charity organizations to help you grow your business. So we are encouraging you to register or rather sign up for the mentorship program. My moderator, Aluku, is going to share with you the link which you're going to be able to sign up for the program, and we are going to get back to you and interact with you. So, going on forward, we can go on forward, and for example, if I may ask you questions, how do you currently market for your business on the online platforms? In the digital era, everything is going digital nowadays. It's like the current normal is the digital era where businesses are engaged online, where if your business is not really online, they describe it as the analog version of it. And so when you engage your business on a digital platforms, it has many various benefits which you're going to look into it all through the training session. So for example, if I may ask you, how do you currently market your business? Kindly feel free to send us your answers on the chat box so that we may see them, so that you may engage together in case of any questions too. So, how do you currently market for your business? What platforms do you use? I can say, for example, do you use advertisements on Google's, which are basically the Google Ads campaigns which you are advocating for? Do you use social media platforms to market your business online? And if you use the social media platforms, which social media platforms do you use? Or do you use word of mouth, which is basically talking about your business or rather marketing your business to your potential clients by word of mouth? Or do you get your clients from referrals, people you've already worked with because of their good services, they are able to recommend you to other people? Kindly feel free to share with us the answers on the chat box. We will be able to look into it. And so we could jump into the next subtopic, which is establish your brand online. So, how can you establish your brand online? This is the particular topic that you're going to deal with right now. Thank you very much. I can see that Apilis Odor is on board. She has joined the session. Welcome to the session. Feel free to engage with us. Tell us where you're from. You can tell us the name of your business. Let us engage. I'm joining from Nairobi, Kenya. Feel free to tell us where you're engaging from. I can see Abigail Rock is also on board. Welcome to the training session. I can see that how you market your business online is that you use Facebook ads and Instagram ads. That's quite impressive. I can also see that Agnes Osoro has joined us. She is saying that she markets her business online in Facebook group, LinkedIn post, Instagram. I can see that she will really take the perception of social media marketing, and I believe that is quite effective on your markets. Thank you for everyone who's joining on board. Feel free to interact with us online, engage with my moderator. You can tell us where you're joining from, the name of your business, tell us something. Any feedback, we'll be able to appreciate it. And also, as I had earlier said, my moderator Aluku will be able to share the mentorship program link for you to sign up in order to have a one-on-one mentorship program from Google, which they are offering it to the small and medium enterprises. And so, going on forward, establishing your brand online. How can you establish your brand online? So, going forward to it, I'm going to ask you a question. What do you currently do to market your business? What are the kind of things that you do to market your business? As I had earlier said, do you focus on social media marketing? If you focus on social media marketing, do you do just the organic social media marketing, or you involve in social media advertisements on both social media platforms? Do you use the Google Ads campaigns, which is basically advertising on Google, or do you use the word of mouth, like marketing your business by word of mouth to your potential clients? And so, going on forward, maybe we could jump into another topic. Thank you so much for joining the session. Abigail, I can see that you're from Nairobi. I'm also from Nairobi. The name of the business is Board Games and Cards Kenya. Looking forward. We hope the session that is going to be informative and that you're going to grab a thing or two to implement in your business. Welcome to the session's Dickens. It's glad to have you on board. Feel free to engage with my moderator, Joseph Aluku. And so, going on forward, here's why businesses are going online. So I've got various statistics which prove and which show you how having an online presence for your business can be quite beneficial because of some statistics which have been set. For example, these are statistics from Statista, and they say that according to the Internet Business Statistics, it proves that around 1.79 billion people bought goods and services online last year, up from 1.66 billion the previous year. And according to the statistics, 97% of people learn more about a business online than anywhere else. For example, an online platform is whereby you can be able to do a good competitor research on your competitors by getting to know what is that thing they're doing to maybe do better in business than you. You can be able to grab that information and try to maximize and utilize it on your business to enable it to grow. It's also estimated that by the year 2040, 95% of purchases will be through the e-commerce platforms. And we're going to talk about the e-commerce platforms on later on the sessions, which I'm going to give you a more deep understanding about the e-commerce platforms. But according to the statistics, it's estimated that by the year 2040, 95% of the purchases will actually be through the e-commerce platforms. And so, going on forward, we are going to jump into how can businesses use the internet. We are out here talking about it's very good to have an online presence for your business, but how can your business use the internet to get to your goals and objective, which is basically gaining more sales for your business? So we are going one on one to talk about the different benefits on how businesses can use the internet, or rather the platforms which businesses can use the internet. And so businesses use the internet to basically buy products and sell their products online. So one of the basic uses of the internet for businesses is to sell products and services, and this is mostly acquired through the e-commerce websites, which is used to sell anything valid anything valid. You can buy a television online, you can buy a cell phone online, you can buy groceries online, you can even buy the human hair online, you can buy basically anything online. And so the online selling eliminates the need of the businesses to maintain a brick and mortar, or rather a physical presence of a business. And in some cases, they don't have even to hold inventory. You can actually get orders for the goods and get the goods directly without having an actual inventory of them. And the business can also use the internet to buy items and services online. For example, you can buy them in bulk, or rather in wholesale, for you to sell them on retail to your potential clients and customers. And also going on forward, in another way in which businesses can use the internet is that businesses can use the internet to reach your potential customers. Businesses owners use the internet to monitor the customer purchasing trends. You can build a community online, and by building a community, it's mostly focused on your potential customers. You can learn their behavior, you can get feedback from them by getting both positive feedbacks and negative feedbacks, whereby the negative feedbacks will help you to correct on what is wrong with maybe the quality of your goods, so that you can correct them for it to be more appealing, or rather attractive to your customers, to enable them to be your continuous customers, which is building a good rapport, and it's going to enable you to have consistent customers in the process. And also, by through taking in feedback, businesses owners make their products better, which I was basically talking. It's about improving the quality of the product based on the negative feedbacks that you get from your consumers. You should always look at the positive side of things. For example, especially on Google My Business listing. Actually, we've listed most of your businesses on Google My Business listing. And one way in optimizing the Google My Business listing is that you tend to get reviews. And by you responding to the reviews, it's actually a way of optimizing your Google My Business listing. And by you optimizing your Google My Business listing, it's going to enable your business to rank locally on the particular area that your business is located. So, for example, if a customer gives you a positive feedback, you should definitely respond to it in a way that you thank them, you appreciate them, and even you welcome them back to purchase your products more. And if they have given you a negative feedback, it's also a good thing that you respond to them. Try and learn with your community about the negative feedback, get it, and it will enable you to learn on how to improve the standard, or rather the quality of your goods. And also, a business owner can also use the internet to connect and communicate with his customers through same websites. This is basically what I'm talking about, creating a community. Small like community management, and the community management involves your potential customers or people whom you're looking to purchase your products and services. And so going on forward in on how businesses use the internet, there's also advertising. You can actually advertise online for your business to generate more sales. On which businesses use the internet to find new customers through online advertising. I'm sure you've heard of the Google Ads campaigns, which you're actually implementing them for your businesses. You've heard of social media advertisements, which, for example, I can see that Appeal and Abigail Rock on the comment section. They have said that they actually, on how they market their businesses online, they engage on Facebook and Instagram ads, which I believe it's very effective if you've actually targeted the right audience, or rather your potential customers on it. And so offering text and banner ads on the website, it's a type of a Google Ads campaign, which is basically called the display ads. It's done on the website, and it is in form of a text and a banner. And also another form of Google Ads campaign, there is one which we call pay-per-click, on which we are really implementing it on your business when it comes to the Google Ads campaigns. And so pay-per-click are distributed on the internet search engines and websites, which basically allows business owners to reach potential customers using search terms related to their businesses. This comes in where before you run the pay-per-click advertisement on Google, you have to do a keyword research. And by me doing a keyword research, or by you doing a keyword research for your business, you have to come up with the particular keywords which your potential customers are going to look for. to look for online in order to find your business. For example, let's take an example of Abigail Rob's business, board and games. Board and games, it's a business which deals with selling kids toys, cards and games. It offers kids a platform in which they can purchase all toys that they are interested in. So, for example, in that, when I come to the pay-per-click advertisements, what I'm actually going to do is that I'm going to do a keyword research using different tools online. The particular tool that we really use currently is the Google Keyword Plan, and it's going to provide us with the right keywords, and I'm going to use the right keywords with the highest search volumes so that it can enable a lot of traffic. It can drive a lot of traffic to my website. So, for example, on Board and Games Kenya, I'm going to use maybe a keyword like, for example, best toys in Kenya or best games for children in Kenya. On which, if a potential client comes online on a search engine and they type that particular keyword, my website will be able to appear on it as a pay per click. And also under pay per click, it's that as the businesses will only pay for each ad click. So, for example, if a potential client is interested in your business and they click on that ad, which is going to direct them to their website, that is when you'll be charged, which it shows that the costs are quite affordable and we are assured of quality results, or rather we are assured of something valid outcomes from the results, basically because we know that anyone who has clicked on your link is a lead because they were actually interested in your business for them to click on the link. And also, going forward, after the advertisement, how can businesses use the internet to promote their businesses online? We have another thing that research competition. It helps in research competition. Research competition is just like earlier on I talked about online. You've got different competitors for your business. When you come on board online, you're able to do a competitor research. A competitor research is basically researching on your competitors. For example, if it's a business that it's in your line of work and they're doing better than you, you'll try and find out what is this thing that they're doing better than me, so that you can try get that point, implement it on your business to enable it to grow, or rather get a wide outreach there. So basically on research competition, it will help you. It is whereby it's an internet search whereby you'll search on a competing company and then it will result in maybe articles, news stories, maybe blogs from the other company, and you'll be able to pick one or two things from it to implement on your business to enable it to grow, because basically life is a competition and you would want your business to be on top of the game in terms of the line of work that you're working on. And also going forward on how so that the most goals that you're going to focus on to consider on how businesses use the internet is basically most businesses use the internet to sell products, as we have earlier discussed, to buy products too. We are going to get in depth on how we can do all these things during on with the training session. We've also seen that another way in which businesses can actually use the internet, they can use it for advertisement, in which you've seen the pay-per-click advertisement, the Google Ads campaign. It can be maybe the display ads, which we can use the banner ads and pay-per-clicks. We've also seen we can use the social media advertising, which actually from the chat box I can see that most of you implement it, and I hope and believe that it's actually effective, because if you do it in the right way, it's actually effective and you can actually reach your goals and objectives from it. We've also seen that another way that businesses can use the internet, they can use it to research in research competition, or rather to do a research on your competitors to try and implement or grab one or two things to help your business grow. And we've also seen that using the internet can enable you to reach a wide audience of customers, or rather potential clients. It can enable you to generate leads, and those leads are going to convert into sales, which is basically the goal and objective, the end goal and objective of every business. So where could all these different things online, where could they be implemented? How can they be used? Which drives us to the next subtopic, which is building an online presence. How can a business build an online presence? We've seen that it's very essential for a business to have an online presence. Especially, we've said that it is the digital age. I see that most of us actually are from Kenya, and we call the things which are not yet in the digital age, we tend to call them that they are in the analog era. And so it's the digital era, it's the digital age. So it is absolutely essential for your business to have an online presence, whether you've got a physical presence or not. Your customers still expect to see you online, and they'll have like they'll believe in the business more, they'll believe in your brand more, they'll be able to associate with your brand. Such things are important for you to build an online presence for your business. And so, even if your company does not conduct the business online, your customers and potential customers are expecting to see you online. If they don't see you there, you could be losing out on the opportunity to probably increase your customer base and get the word out there about your business, because basically you can you can tell stories about your business. Basically, we are in a digital era which is about storytelling. Storytelling is the new thing, and through storytelling, it can actually help your business. It can actually drive a lot of traffic to your business, to your website, which is basically a goal and objective of each and every other business. So it is really important to have an online presence for your business, and we're going to discuss more about the subtopic in depth. And so we've got examples like Inveli Designs, which have got their own website, which they created it through the Google sites, and we've also got the Joma Arts Tours, which they use a platform called Wix to actually develop their website. You don't have to worry about this because we're going to actually discuss them in depth in all through the training sessions. And so it's also important to have your business registered on Google My Business. It's actually my pleasure. I'm actually so happy that we've actually gotten to list most of your business on Google My Business listing, which is a very important thing in that when someone searches for your business online, they're able to know where your business is located. They're able to know the kind of products and services that you're offering. They're able to know whether your shop is open, at what time is your shop open, at what time is it closed. Google My Business is quite wide, and we're going to take you through all these. So all businesses, no matter how small, it's very essential to have an online presence. And one area of one way in which you can have an online presence for your business is by developing a website. It can be extremely basic, but it should contain the fundamental information in which customers, or rather potential customers, are able to get or rather learn about your business. So that with that, it enables us to jump to the next subtopics, in which there are the different types of platforms available for you to have an online presence for your business. So if I may ask you a question, for example, I asked you a question, what online presence do you have for your business? Most of you have seen that you really make use of social media platforms, of which is very good. I've actually seen one of you has said that they actually do their businesses through engaging on Facebook groups, which is actually a very good thing. For example, once you get online, especially on the social media platforms, you should really engage or rather involve yourselves on Facebook groups which are aligned with your line of work. And on there, you'll be able to get your potential clients. You'll probably be able to get leads, and those leads are going to turn into great sales, which is basically the goal and objective of every business. So going on forward, maybe we look at the different types of platforms available for a business to gain an online presence. So there are a few different ways for you to reach customers online. For example, one of the ways you can have an online presence is as I have just communicated. You need to own a website, or rather develop your website, your own setup where you can run the platform, you can engage with people, tell them about your products and services, tell them about all the fundamentals of your business, give them a story about your business. Another platform in where you can have an online presence for your business is social media platforms. Social media platforms might be social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Well, this is where you can market your business and the different demographics, or rather, your target clients, potential customers, you could be able to find them there. And also another platform they are the e-commerce platform where you sell your products or services through an online platform. It's also a form of our website, which we're going to discuss in depth on the next topics. And so going on further, we are going to run through each platforms in details and know how to set up each on each avenue, which we'll go to the next subtopic, which is e-commerce in Africa. So basically, e-commerce platforms, as I've just said, it is a platform whereby you can buy or sell your products. They might be in bulk. They might be in bulk means in wholesale price, in wholesale, or it might be in retail. Maybe, for example, you just need one cell phone. You can be able to purchase it from an e-commerce platform. Maybe, for example, you want a wholesale of products and services. For example, you want to get office supplies in bulk, you're able to get it from e-commerce platforms. And so if you aren't convinced that having an online presence is going to benefit your business at this time, I'm going to take you through the statistics which are on the screen at the moment. So here's some statistics on e-commerce in Africa. So basically, there are 400 million internet users in Africa, which seconds China. China basically has got the most internet users, and then it's followed by Africa. So Africa makes up 10% of global retail sales with an estimated value of 75 billion by 2025. So you can imagine by 2025 there will be around 75 billion people utilizing the online platforms, which is mostly the e-commerce platforms, to buy and sell products online. And then Africa makes up to 10% of the global sales, as I've just said, which is going to accumulate to around 75 billion by the year 2025. And also Africa has generated 16.5 billion from the e-commerce alone in the year 2017. A lot has changed since 17, and people are online more than ever, especially during the COVID pandemic, with every effect that the pandemic has had, especially on businesses. Everyone is going online. It's the digital era. It's like the new normal to be digital, to have an online presence for your business. So this number has most definitely increased, and it will actually increase. It will actually increase because we are in the digital new age, or rather the digital era. So going forward, so what e-commerce platforms are out there, and how do you get set up on one? So let me get in depth on some of the e-commerce platform. So, as I had earlier discussed, an e-commerce platform is an online platform that allows online businesses to manage their websites, marketing, sales, and operations in one place. And e-commerce platforms, they are basically the backbones of an online retail enterprise, allowing both the front end and back end to work efficiently or steady to be able to achieve their goals and objectives. And so they are able to help, the e-commerce platforms are able to bridge both the business to business and also the business to consumers exchanges, which they don't just support, though they are a growth enabler. They really enable the business to grow. And so some examples of e-commerce platforms that we have, well, start with the largest e-commerce platform in the world currently. It's actually called Amazon. I'm sure most of you have heard of it. Most of you have actually shopped on it using Amazon. So as well as being an online retailer, Amazon allows both individuals and businesses to sell and display products for sale online. It has become basically the largest online e-commerce retailer with one of the most powerful brands in the world. Well, let's talk about brands like P&G. I'm sure you've all heard of it. Brands like Unilever. Most of them actually use Amazon to sell their products and services, and it actually works because I was actually on P&G's websites the other day, and they were actually giving reviews about Amazon. And also going on forward, there is also another e-commerce platform which is called Konga. Konga is Nigeria's largest online mall. It was launched in 2012, and their mission is just to become the engine of e-commerce and trade in Africa. we're looking forward for it to actually get in Kenya for us to be able to be familiar with it. And also another e-commerce platform that we have, which I'm sure most of you are actually familiar with it. Most of you have actually purchased stuff from it, which is Jumia. They actually call it Jumia Kenya, where it allows customers to buy products like cell phones. You can even purchase a television, you can purchase shoes, you can purchase groceries, you can get any item that you want from Jumia. So these are just a few of the many out there. Maybe going on to more of them is that you can sell your products on online marketplaces. For example, more e-commerce platforms that you have is something like Kilimall. I'm sure most of you, because basically it's in Kenya, Kilimall, you've engaged with it. Somewhere where you can, it's an online shopping mall in Africa, Kenya, which enables you to buy and sell stuff online. And also we've got B.Buy. B.Buy is basically in South Africa. In South Africa, it also helps in trading and selling, involving both businesses and individuals. Basically, it enables a bridge or forms a bridge between the businesses to businesses and businesses to consumers kind of transactions. And also we have another one called Gigi. Gigi was basically called OLX. I'm sure you've ever heard of OLX, which actually changed its name to Gigi. It's actually based in both Nigeria and Kenya. I'm sure you've heard of Gigi, which is also an e-commerce platform where you're able to. It's same to B.Buy. You can do B.Buy, and it's also an online platform where you can actually sell your products and services. So yeah, so going on forward from the just a few of the e-commerce platforms that you mentioned, maybe we could add to another platform in which you can actually have an online presence for your business. And this platform is actually, they're actually called the business directories. And so on the business directories is basically, I can see that you're engaging. Thank you so much for joining us. Kindly feel free to engage with my moderator, who is Joseph Aluko, on the chat box. Feel free to ask him any question, engage with us. Let us know what challenges are you facing in your businesses when it comes to having an online presence. What platforms have you actually used, and which ones are really working for you? What can you really advise us about? Well, how has your business changed ever since you started having an online presence? Feel free to engage with us. Also, do not forget to sign up for the mentorship program link, which my moderator just shared with you, because Google are offering a one-on-one mentoring program, which will be able to equip the small and medium enterprises businesses on some of these digital skills, which will enable you to grow your business. And so going on forward, my moderator is also going to send an attendance link whereby you can click on it and sign up so that we can be able to keep in track. Yeah. So as we continue, we are going to look at this other platform which can enable your business to have an online presence, which is the business directory. So if I may ask you, what is a business directory? Maybe most of you have never heard of business directory, but a business directory is a website or a printed listing of information which lists businesses with niche base. Niche base simply means a certain market segment in which specializes with certain products and services. It may be your line of work or anything else. And so niche based categories. So businesses can be categorized by niche, location, it may be activity or size. And so businesses may be compiled either manually or through an automated online search software, which is basically what you're calling the business directory. So this helps bridge the gap between, or rather, it helps bridge the business to business transactions and also the business to consumers transaction. It may be an wholesale platform. Maybe your business deals with wholesale purchases or retail purchases. It will be able to accommodate both of them. And some of the familiar examples of business directories that you have in Kenya are actually Yellow Pages of Africa, and also there's one called the Africa Business Pages. And actually on these on business directories, there is also, or under search engine optimization, which we are going to discuss more of it online. under the business directories, there are certain links called the directory submission sites. This is where, for example, you'll be able to submit the link to your website. And by submitting it, it's going to create a backlink to your website and it will enable your website to optimize. Do not worry about it, we're going to talk more of it as we continue the training session. So on the next thing, I just want to show you a quick example on how to get listed on an online business directory. For example, just allow me to show you this practically. So for example, I'll just stop sharing my screen and reshare another one so that I can be able to show you practically. Just So basically, online business directories will actually enable your business to have an online presence. So if anyone searches for your business online, they will be able to actually get it online. So for example, let me just share my screen. Yep. So I hope you're good. So basically, this is type of directory which I just said it's called the African Business Page Directory. And so for you to list your business online, you have to come on this platform on which my moderator is going to share the link on the chat box. Feel free to interact with them, ask him of any question. So, for example, particularly on this directory that you're talking about, if you as a business, let's take for example, Appi's business, it's called the Crafters Agency. The Crafters Agency, you're going to come on the registration page of which it's clearly written join now. And at join now, you're going to indicate are you a buyer, are you a seller, or do you do both buying and selling of products? Maybe you bid or buy, maybe you sell products, maybe you just need clients to purchase your product. So, for example, if you can go forward to the crafters agency, Appi's business is a supplier, so we're going to indicate the supplier, and then roughly we are going to just indicate maybe our email, just roughly. Allow me to use these Appi's. Maybe we're just going to use a random email, which is appeals@gmail.com, of which you're going to indicate your first name, as I indicate, and also your last name, and also you're going to indicate your business sector. For example, let's say that let's say that the crafters agency, Appi's business deals with handicraft items. We're going to indicate that as the business category. And then under the country, it's definitely in Kenya. So we're just going to indicate Kenya as our country. And then you're going to select your instant ID. Instant ID is more like a call to action button. For example, how would you like most of your clients to reach out to you once they see your business directory online? For example, we've got different instant IDs. For example, it may be WhatsApp, Skype, WeChat, or Telegram. So, for example, if you indicate something like WhatsApp, you're going to indicate your number here. So it's going to write a random number there. You're going to indicate it and then include the username. For example, you can say the crafters agency. Maybe that will be your username. Sorry for that. So the crafters agency, and then you're just going to include a password, and then you can click join now. If you want to use another instant ID, for example, you can say maybe Skype, you can write Skype, and then you're going to indicate the instant ID name of the Skype. Maybe you can say something like happy is just that, and then you can click the join now button, which is going to submit your business to the directory, meaning that your business has actually been listed on that business directory and it is online. People are actually going to see it, they're going to engage with it. It might lead to leads generation in cases whereby, for example, if someone clicks on your business and then they go direct to the instant ID, or rather, let's just call it the call to action button under this case, which maybe if you had input your WhatsApp number, you're going to get the message of their particular inquiries of maybe their products and services from your business directories. So that is basically how you can list your business directories. Just to mention that these are just some examples which you can use, which is the African business page, which we just used, and there's also an example of the Yellow Pages Africa, which you can also list your business online, and it's actually going to give your business an online presence. The more platforms you give your business an online presence, the more audience it gets, the more leads you're going to get, the more sales you will get as the end result. So we can go back to our lesson actually, to our topic today. So allow me to reshare the screen again. Yes. So going on forward, I believe we are now able to list our businesses. We are able to list our businesses on an online business directory. And as I had earlier mentioned, listing your business on an online directory, it will enable your business. It will help your business even in search engine optimization, which is basically to it will enable your website to rank. Listing them on the different business directories, it will generate backlinks to your website, and the backlinks really help in optimization, and it will enable your optimization to be effective, hence enabling your website to rank more. Yes, so going on forward, we are going to talk about, apologize for that. So we are going to jump on another platform, that is getting your business on social media platform. As the training session is ongoing, I'm actually a happy person. I'm glad as a trainer and also as a digital marketing specialist, actually engaging with various businesses. I can see from your questions on the chat box, I asked a question, how have you gotten an online presence for your businesses? Most of you are actually saying that you've gotten a social media presence, you're listing Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You've even gone overboard to join things like Facebook groups, which are actually very effective when it comes to social media marketing. So, with the right audience, we can use the social media platforms to create successful campaigns. By campaigns, it basically means advertisement, the social media advertisements, and increase sales, brand awareness, brand recognition, and also customer service, which are basically the goals and objectives of each business. So, setting up a business on social media accounts varies across different platforms. For just as I earlier mentioned, some examples of social media platforms may be Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. So all you need to do is the first thing. For example, if you do not have this social media platform, the first thing that you need to do is to sign up. Sign up or register to them using your credentials, which is your email address, and you also input a password which you're always going to remember, because it's going to enable you to access your social media platforms. After that, I would really advise you to add pictures. And by adding pictures, for example, I would really encourage you to use the theme color of your business. For example, you've got a business logo, you know the theme colors of your business. I would really advocate that the kind of color of the pictures that you actually generate or upload on your social media platforms, they should align with the theme colors of your business, which is going to be appealing to your social media pages. And something appealing is actually going to drive traffic to that social media platform. Many people are going to visit it because it is appealing to the eye. You should also, on the digital part of the pictures, you should also ensure that you upload very quality pictures. That is also going to drive a lot of traffic to your social media platforms. And also on it, you should ensure that you create a username. For example, on Twitter, let me use Apili's business again, the Crafters Agency. Maybe she'll call a business the Crafters Agency, and a username can be at the Crafters Agency. That is a username. And also, you should add business details of your business, which is more like storytelling. Tell us some content about your business. What do you do? What are some of the products and services that you offer online? What are some of the good testimonials that you're getting from clients? You can also include a call to action button. Maybe, for example, you want people to call you directly from the social media platforms. You want them to message you directly from the social media platforms. Maybe you want them to visit your website directly from the social media platforms. Indicate all those things. It's going to drive more traffic to online platforms. And so most social media websites provide a landing page and guide you on how to set up the account on an easy manner in which you'll be able to do. And so different social media can actually help you connect with different types of audiences depending on the kind of products that you're offering. And so it's worth doing the research before you actually pick the social media platform to use. Because, for example, Facebook and Instagram may work for one business and it may not work for another business because they are not in the same line of work. The products and services that they are offering may differ and things like that. So we're going to cover this later in the training session. I'm going forward, I'm going to pose for any questions before we move to the next section. I'm going to answer any questions. Feel free to engage with me on the chat box. And so some of the questions I can see is Susan Chepngetich from Nairobi. Hi Susan, welcome so much to the session. Abigail Rob, she's asking for the link. I'm sure my moderator is going to share with you the link. I believe it's for the business directories. Yeah, Joseph Aluko, my moderator, is going to share with you the link. And so feel free to ask on any questions. So I can see that Olga Loom is actually saying, I need to learn about Facebook ads that lead to conversion. We are going to check you through all that. We are offering more training sessions and we're going to offer you a guideline on how you can run a successful Facebook ads campaign, on how to target the right audience, on how you can actually get the right results from the right selection of your audience, which, as a digital marketing specialist, we call it programmatic advertising. It's more like media buying, and we've got certain characters, we've got certain things that we look into it to be able to come up with a successful campaign. So you don't have to worry about it, Olga. We are going to go through that. And so yeah, feel free to interact with us, ask us more questions in the comment sections. Said in the comment section and also in the chat box, we are going to answer you on it. Yes. So going forward, we are going to another subtopic, which is developing your e-commerce offering. How can you develop your e-commerce offering? Earlier we discussed what an e-commerce platform is. It's actually an online presence which enables businesses to engage with their potential customers, where you can buy and sell goods online, where you can bid and buy, and we saw all of that. And so on the first subtopic on developing your e-commerce offering or rather website is I'm going to take you through the various steps that you can take. Of which the first step is to pick a domain name. I'm sure some of you have got websites for their businesses, while others do not actually have a domain. And the question that they're asking is, what is a domain? So basically, as I take you through this, a domain is basically the name of a website. For example, let me use Apili's business again, the crafters agency. You can say that a domain name is maybe thecraftersagency.com or thecraftersagency.co.ke. That is a good example of a domain name. And this is what our customers will actually use to find you online. Once they type thecraftersagency.com, they will be able to find your business online. And so when you buy a domain, you have to purchase the name of your site so others can't use it, which is basically actually what you are trying to implement. On the website development process that we are at, we are trying very hard to ensure that every business has got a unique domain name which actually aligns with their business name. So yes, but having a domain name does not mean that you have a website. It just means that you have a domain name alone. So you will actually need to create a website. So there are many sites where you can register a domain. You can register a domain, and a domain can be any combination of letters, numbers. It can be used in the combination of various domain names extension. Just as I have said, thecraftersagency.com can be thecraftersagency.co.ke. It can be .net, thecraftersagency.net. It can be thecraftersagency.org, mostly for organization. It can be thecraftersagency.ac.ke, that is mostly for schools. Or it can be thecraftersagency.edu, mostly for educational institutions. So the domain name must be registered before you can use it, and it must be unique. And no two websites can have the same domain name. So that's why we are in a rush to actually acquire the name, to pick up a domain name for each and every business that you're developing a website for it to have that unique name before it's actually picked with someone else. Yes. So a little fun fact that we have is computers actually use IP addresses, which are basically a series of numbers. And so no matter how difficult it is for human beings to remember the domain name or the numbers, the domain names were developed and they were used to identify entities on the internet using the IP addresses. So a computer using an IP address can basically denote a certain domain. Yeah. So that is step one on developing your e-commerce offering. You need to pick a domain name. Remember, we just picked a domain name. We've not yet developed the website. So on step two, before we go on step two, let me just take you through some platforms where you can secure a domain name. We've got a platform called GoDaddy, which is basically a solution to grow your online domain websites builder, and also SSL. And also SSL is what ensures that your domain name is actually secure. Once you type any website online, you will be able to see a padlock icon just next to the domain name. So if it has a padlock, it means that that website is secure and you can actually run a successful Google Ads campaign on it. But if it does not have the padlock, that padlock icon, it means that website is not secure, and so it will be able to run maybe okay, it will not be able to generate that much traffic, especially it will affect search engine optimization, which is basically what enables your website to rank. So we really advise that your website actually gets an SSL certificate to enable it to be secure. And also another platform where you can secure a name is the Domain King. The Domain King is a registration company in Nigeria. I'm sure we're not so familiar with it because it's in Nigeria. And also we've got Bluehost. Bluehost is basically the largest website hosting providers powering millions of websites. Yeah, so you can actually use it. And we've also got a website where you can check whether the domain name that you've chosen is actually unique. So basically, this is the tool that we are using to check before we actually purchase the domain names for your business. Allow me to just share the website with you. Let me just share the website with you. It is a website link that is called whois.com. Let me just share it with you. And also my moderator is going to be able to share it with you so that you can interact with it to ensure that you actually get unique domain name which does not corrupt with other people's businesses or other people's domain names, because a domain name must actually be unique. So what you're seeing on the screen is actually the website. It's called whois.com. My moderator is going to share the link with you on the chat box so that you can engage with it. You can check whether your domain name is unique. You can check whether it has been used by other people or not, and stuff like that. Yes. So moving forward, I'll just reshare my screen again. Um, so I'll just reshare my screen again so that you can continue with today's training session. Yes, so we've seen the different platforms where you can actually secure a domain name. And so moving forward, we are going to go to the step two on how to create an e-commerce platform, which is basically we got a domain name. We are now going to the step two of the process, which is build your site, or rather your website. So building a website is you in earlier days you used to have to be a programmer to learn coding in order to build a website. But in the earlier but in nowadays we've got really efficient and effective tools which can actually enable you to develop your website. You can actually develop your website on your own without requiring the help of a web developer, because they are then called website builders. Website builders provide you with templates where you can input all the content of your business to enable you to come up with your business. So whether you run a small business or you're looking to create your own blog, the website builders make it so you don't have to hire a web developer. You no longer have to hire a web developer. I was actually interacting with a certain tool called Gobi.com. Gobi.com actually allows you to purchase a domain name and also create a website with like within the next 15 minutes you'll be having your website on board with all your content on board. For example, on an e-commerce platform, you'll be able to upload your products and services with their prices, including everything that you want included on the website. It will be there. And also another website builder tool that we have, we've got Google My Business. Google My Business, when registering your business on Google My Business, there is a platform which allows for you to develop a website. It offers you with certain templates where you can input all content of your business, which will enable you to develop the website, and it will be something presentable without the actual help of a web developer. So website builders will actually make it easy for users to make their own websites using the particular templates that you're talking about. And examples of these website builders, it can include something like Wix, building a website on Google Sites through what I was just talking about, which is basically Google My Business. And also there's another tool called Squarespace, and also just like the tool I interacted with it, it's actually 2 days ago. During the weekend, I actually developed a website using the Gobi.com, which is actually a very good tool. Yes. And so going on forward, we can see how do you utilize and customize the particular templates that I'm talking about, which are offered by the website builders to enable you or rather make your work easier while developing your website. So templates they are a big part of what makes the website builders easy to use, and you can actually develop your website from scratch without the help of a web developer. So with a template, you'll get basically all the basic structures and the designs of your websites, which are put into place right away, and where you'll be able to input the content of your website, everything that you'd like included on your website, and then your website will be up and running just the way you wish it for. So if you can find a template that comes pretty close to what you really want to design for your website, the work of customizing it or rather tailor making it will be much simpler for you. And you'll actually be able to develop the website on your own without the help of a web developer. So yes, so basically on coming up with the e-commerce platform, we've seen that the first step is to buy a domain name, which we've gone through the different platforms where you can actually acquire your domain name. We've seen how you can see whether your domain name is unique from the website I've just shown you practically, which is ways.com. And now we've seen how you can actually customize and tailor make the templates on the website builder to actually come up with the website. And so on the third step, we're going to see uploading content. So we've got a domain name, we've got the customized or rather tailor-made template. So going forward, on the third step is to upload content. Basically, on the digital content is what text to be like included on your website, the images that you upload, the videos that you upload. Kindly ensure that all kind of media that you're uploading, they are quality images, because actually while developing websites, in case you're uploading quality photos, it comes a time when they'll actually reject the photos because they're not quality. So I'll just advise you to come up with quality images and videos which will enable you to develop a quality website which is appealing, which is attractive, which will actually drive traffic to your website. And so it should also, the kind of content that you input, the kind of images that you input should actually help customers understand what your business is all about. Focus more on storytelling. Storytelling is actually the thing right now, because everything that matters right now is the copyright, and the copyright is basically the content that you're uploading on your website will really matter on whether the website is going to drive traffic or not. So I'll really urge you to come up with quality content. Focus more on storytelling. Tell us more about what the business offers, the kind of products and services it offers. Ensure you write the description. Ensure you learn the mind of the potential customers and try to know what they expect and include the expectation in the website. Yeah. So a good example of a website, like for example, Zuma Art Tour, it was developed using the Wix platform. the Wix platform. Yes. So that is basically the step three. And also going on forward. So after the three steps on how to come up with an e-commerce platform, we're going on to our next subtopic, which is what are the best practices for you to put into consideration when creating content for your website? Basically, content is about storytelling, is about content, and the content that you put on your website really matters. Just as I've earlier said, it will you'll see whether it's actually going to drive traffic to your website or not. So you should really prioritize your audience. By prioritizing your audience, it's to have your audience in mind. For example, you should it's more like empathizing with them, not really empathizing, but rather putting your target audience in mind. So this is it's tempting to make your website copy all about you, but your site will resonate with the more the visitors they visit your site. So if you think about your audience or rather potential clients' needs, you're likely to generate more traffic to your website, which actually comes from your potential customers. And that doesn't mean you won't communicate what you want, or rather the kind of the point that you want to put out there, but try to frame it in a way that focuses on how you help your potential customers solve their problem by them coming to your website. You should also another best practice which you should actually put into consideration when creating content for your website is that you should research your competitors. It's more like a competitor analysis on it. Try to figure out your unique positioning, your unique selling point. What is it that differentiates you from your competitors that makes you better than them, that makes your business, which makes your business more successful than theirs. So these are things you should put into consideration. And also you should think about what makes you different, just as I was saying, your unique selling point, your unique position, your value proposition of your products and services. And you should also highlight what makes you special in your website copy. Copy is basically the content that you upload. So basically on storytelling, you should upload unique content that is aligning with your target audience mind, with your potential clients' mind in order for it to drive traffic to your websites and to enable them to actually stick around your website. And also another best practice which you should actually put into consideration when creating content for your website is that you should learn search engine optimization. So basically search engine optimization is how you increase the chances of ranking in the search engine. Search engines include Google, for example, is actually the widely used search engine in the world. So search engine optimization enables your website to rank higher, and the higher your website ranks higher, the more traffic it's going to generate to the website, and the more the traffic it's going to generate to the website, the more leads you're going to get from it, and the more the leads they are going to turn into sales, which is the end goal and objective of every business. So before you write your website copy, it's really important to learn the basics of search engine optimization, which is SEO, some things which you can actually incorporate, some things which you can actually implement on your website to actually enable your website to rank, which is basically content optimization too. So you should put all these things into consideration while coming up with content for your website, and while putting all these three steps into consideration, you should actually enable your website to rank, to really increase your online presence. It's going to actually drive traffic to your website. My moderator, Joseph Aluku, is going to share with you actually a link on where you will learn more about the basics of search engine optimization, something that will, the key points you can put into consideration to enable your website to actually run. Yeah, so Joseph Aluku, feel free to share it with the audience on the chat box. And also moving forward, we can actually go to the next subtopic, which is go above and beyond with this e-commerce plugin. So we picked a domain name, we developed the website using the various templates that we were provided with, and we actually uploaded content which is storytelling on content, or rather the copywriting. And we uploaded quality images and videos on it. So going above and beyond, there are plugins. Plugins are certain, let's just call them tools, in which you're going to actually install or rather incorporate in your e-commerce platform to make it more appealing, to generate more traffic, because the more the traffic, the more the leads generation you have. So some of these e-commerce plugins, let's take for example e-commerce, which you're all familiar with, something like Jumia. So basically Jumia, there you're going to see a plugin called, for example, promotion and discount code tools. For example, as we speak at the moment, under Jumia Foods, which is an e-commerce platform, there's actually a promotion which is going, and there's a discount code which, if you input in it, you're going to get really good discounts on the foods that they're offering in Jumia. You might find that they've got crazy offers when it comes to maybe electronics, things like telephones, like televisions. You might find, for example, use a coupon code. Like, for example, if I use my name, use the coupon code, for example, Evelyn Sept or Eve Sept. If you use that code, it's going to give you a crazy offer on the particular products and services that you're selling. So that is actually a good example of an e-commerce plugin. And also another e-commerce plugin that you can actually incorporate on your e-commerce website is easy to use checkout. Checkout is probably, I am interested with this cell phone. I really want to buy it from your e-commerce platform. How am I going to check out? By checking out, I need to, if I add it to cart, where is it going to direct me? I need to see a call to action button, for example, add to cart, buy now, things like that. That is a good plugin for easy to check out. And also search engine optimization, which we just talked about. This is basically to enable your website rank. You should ensure that your content is optimized. You've written the right content from what you're going to study from the link that my moderator is going to share on the basics of SEO. And also email marketing integration. Or under email marketing integration, you can include some basics of email marketing. For example, you can include a call to action, maybe for example, email me, or rather, for example, once you're buying the products and services, you can include your email address. And when including your email address, you can include a statement, maybe for example, would you like to receive our newsletters? Would you like to subscribe to more of our news articles? Would you like to get more promo codes? Things like that. And after you tick that box, it's going to direct you. That's integrating email marketing to it. And once you instill it to your website, your consumer is going to be able to get all news about your business when you've got crazy offers on your e-commerce platform, when you have discounts and things like that. And also, you should include multiple payment options. This is actually something we are actually integrating or rather incorporating while we are developing your e-commerce platforms, where, for example, you are including both the international mode of payment and the local mode of payment. For example, you can use the Mastercard, which is a Visa card. We are also including PayPal, and also on the local payment integration, M-Pesa is a really good thing, whereby, for example, you find us engaging with you, asking you what is your till number, so that you can actually incorporate it to your website to enable the payment integrations be multiple, or rather make it easier for the consumers who will buy products from your website to have an easier time of which it will be effective. So those are some of the e-commerce plugins that you can use. So we can go forward. So where do you download these particular plugins? For example, one of the platforms where you can download these plugins is the WooCommerce. WooCommerce, it will build your online store on the open source, and also it will completely customize your e-commerce platform. So you can use WooCommerce. You can also use Easy Digital Downloads, which is basically a complete e-commerce button for WordPress. It is mostly used on WordPress. WordPress is such a template that is used for developing websites. It can also be used for developing the e-commerce websites. And also you can use the WP e-commerce. WP e-commerce is preparing 3G stores under WP. It is one of the most retailed upon source solution to businesses around the globe. So where to download the plugins? Whether you're using WordPress, you can use the Easy Digital downloads, you can use WooCommerce, or you can use the WP e-commerce. Yeah, so that is where you can actually download the particular plugins that we've talked about on our previous slide. So we can go forward and I'm going to take you through some statistics. So make sure that your website is mobile friendly. So earlier on, you were actually talking with one of the businesses who have enrolled on the digital launchpad program, and so on it we were looking on the developed website whether it is mobile friendly, and actually the client was very happy because the website was mobile friendly. By being mobile friendly is ensuring that your user interface is able to accommodate the mobile users. That is, when I open your website using a mobile, it will be able to show me all your content under one platform. So make sure your website is mobile friendly because 2.4 billion people will shop online worldwide by 2021, or and also 21 million online shoppers across Nigeria, South Africa, and Kenya. As we speak right now, 50% of the consumers shop more on mobiles than in store. And so we've got a certain site which also my moderator is going to share with you on how to check whether your website is actually mobile friendly. Kindly look share it with the businesses so that they can be able to check whether their websites are mobile friendly, because people are actually using mobiles online than desktop machines. Yeah. So we can move forward. So to check if a site is mobile friendly, just as I have told you, my moderator is going to share with you the link to check whether your website is mobile friendly, to check whether it is user friendly on the mobile platforms, because people tend to engage online or rather be on online platforms, sorry, using mobiles rather than desktops. Yes. And so going forward, you can use the site that my moderator is going to share with you. It's called Google Test My Site, to check if your domain is actually accessible via mobile. Yes. And so going forward, I'm actually going to pose for questions from you to see whether you've got any questions. Feel free actually engage my moderator on the chat box. Yeah. So I can see that actually my moderator has shared with you a link on how to learn basics of search engine optimization, which is SEO. Feel free to also fill in the attendance list that my moderators shared with you on the chat box for us to be able to keep track. And also feel free to ask any questions. He has also shared the uis.com website, which will enable you to check whether your domain name is actually unique. Feel free to ask us any question. Yes, you can see that Abigail asked about the link for business directory, and actually my moderator has sorted it out. Thank you so much, Joseph Aluku. This is actually so good. So feel free to engage with us, ask us any questions that you might have, and we will be able to respond to you. So maybe we can move forward because I can see we do not have much questions. So we can move forward. And on the next topic that you're going to talk about is actually how do you utilize social media to drive sales. Once I mentioned the word social media, it actually makes me so happy because I earlier asked, while beginning the session, I asked you what social media, sorry, not what social media, I asked you what online presence does your business have, and actually most of you were saying that they've got different social media platforms, and that's an online presence that they have. So we're going to talk more about it, as I earlier said that we're going to dig deep into it. So we'll check on how to utilize social media to drive sales. And so if I may ask you, how can social media benefit your business? How do you think social media can benefit your business? Now that most of you actually mentioned that social media, you've got an online presence for your business on social media platform. How effective is it to your business? So you can feel free to answer this question. How can social media benefit your business? Feel free to answer the question in the chat box. Maybe I can be able to view just a few on how effective it has been. I will be able to engage with you as we move on with the training. Feel free to answer me. How can social media benefit your business, or how has social media actually benefited your business ever since you started using it? So there are actually very many advantages or benefits of using social media, which will actually lead us to the next topic that we have, which is what are the benefits of using the social media platforms? How will these social media platforms actually help our businesses to drive more sales? So one of the benefits of social media is that it's going to generate more sales. How is it going to generate more sales? Basically, by using the social media platforms, it's going to generate more sales in that you're going to reach new audiences. You're going to have more people on board who are going to be interested in your products, basically your potential customers. It's going to create new opportunities. You're going to be able to retain your current customers through the verbal storytelling, creating content, which is basically storytelling. It's going to enable you to retain your customers because they are updated with how your business is doing, what new products they are offering, and it will also create new opportunities for you. You're going to be able to get more new customers and more of them. And also, another benefit of using social media is that it's going to add value to your brand. We are mostly looking forward into brand awareness, brand recognition. Everyone wants their brand out there. And so, by using social media, it's going to raise your customer service levels. You are able to create a community on your social media platform. You're able to engage with your customers. You're able to tell them about what new products you're offering, what kind of services you're offering, or you're actually engaging with them to be able to get you to a wide reach, or rather new clients. It will be able to give you a wide reach on the social media platforms, and also you'll be able to start two-way conversations, which I'm talking about is a community you're building, it's a rapport you're building, a community which you're going to manage by engaging with them, getting all positive feedbacks, which getting all positives and negative feedbacks, which also the negative feedbacks are going to help you build your brand. And by building your brand, it's going to be recognized out there. And also by adding value to your brand, it's also going to gain valuable customer insight. For example, this is what I'm talking about, both the positive and negative feedbacks of your business. So basically, on the positive feedbacks, of course, you're going to appreciate them, and also you are assured that that is a customer will automatically refer someone else, or they're even going to come back to your business. And if it is a negative feedback, it's seeing the positivity in everything, and that you should use that negative feedback to actually improve the standard, or rather the quality of your product and service. And also another benefit of using the social media platform is that it improves your marketing. It enables you accommodate, incorporate, or rather integrate what I told you we as digital marketing specialists we call it programmatic advertising. So it's going to help you to target specific types of customers. For example, if you're dealing with maybe the crafters agency, again a police business, I'm sorry to use it, but we've really engaged with you, so I really know more about your business. So, for example, they deal with customized craft materials. So, for example, if she wants to run an effective campaign online, what she's actually going to do is that she does not want to target a kid who is on social media. She actually has maybe a certain age bracket. Maybe she wants to target females only. So it is going to enable you to improve your marketing in that you're going to run effective campaigns, or rather advertisements online, to enable you to get effective results as per your goals and objectives. And also, another benefit of actually using social media is that it's going to build relationships, and it's going to enable you to network. This is basically on a business to business transaction, dealing with wholesale deals, and also on a business to consumers transaction, which deals with mostly retail products. And also, it's going to build your own community, which I'm telling you, it's building your own community, a community of an audience that is actually interested in your products and services. How are you going to do the community management of the community that you formed, which is basically of your potential customers? These are things that social media will actually help in your business. And also, it's going to help you to stay competitive and on top of the game because you're consistently doing a competitor analysis. You're consistently checking what is my competitor doing that I'm not doing, things like that. Yes. And so, moving forward, we are going to check on how to set up a social strategy. On how to set up a social strategy, we are going to focus on five things, which is audience, the business goals, the social platforms, tone of voice, and what is a success. So, going through it, we are going to begin with the audience. So, when coming up or rather defining your social strategy, you're going to begin with your audience. The particular questions that you're going to ask yourself are: who are your audience? What are they interested in? Who or what influences them, and when are they usually online? Which social media platforms do they use? Basically, these are the things which will enable you to actually come up with an effective social strategy. And also going on forward under the I'm sorry about that. Under the business goals, you can ask so you can for you to understand your business goals, you can you can come up with questions like, for example, give better. You can come up with things like some of the business goals they're trying to achieve is maybe to give better customer service, maybe to grow brand awareness, generate more sales, and get more people on your site. Those are some of the business goals that you should actually look into when coming up with the social media marketing strategy. And also on to the next thing that you're checking into are the social platforms, which is which platform or rather which social media platform will you look into while coming up with a social media strategy? So what features does it offer? Does it align with your goals? Are your target audience active on that particular social media platform? And then you should also consider your business focus or your lifestyle focus and start with one social media platform, test it, try to learn it, see how effective it is to your business. If not, try another. Different channels need different strategies. Yes, and so on the next platform, for now to come up with your social media strategy is actually defining your brand social voice. So on defining your brand's social voice is tone of voice applies to creating of content and communicating with your audience online. So your tone of voice actually reflects your brand personality. You should focus more on the kind of content that you're giving your target audience. You should ensure that you use your logo as your profile picture, use your theme colors for your social media platforms. You should ensure that your tone of voice is add, the personality of your brand is actually add through your storytelling. You should also check on the do's and don'ts that you're not that do's that you're supposed to do, and also the don'ts that you're also not supposed to do. And also you should ensure that you upload quality images and videos. And also going on forward on the last step in actually coming up with the social media strategy is defining success. You should actually define what success means for your business, and you should also set out goals that are specific to your business and how you can actually measure whether you've succeeded. This is where the metrics and analytics come in, which is, for example, the main goal and objective is growth in sales and traffic. And also, you should check out on improvement in customer service, whether the calls are answered, the star ratings, basically the reviews of the customer. And also, going to our almost last subtopic is which social media platforms does your business use? So, I earlier asked you which social media platforms does your business use, and I was actually glad to see that most of you actually answered that you're actually on social media platforms. So, being on social media is actually a good strategy of having an online presence for your business, and also, yeah, you should actually ensure that your business is has got a social media platform and not just one, just various of them which are going to be effective to your business, and we are going to go through some of them. So the first social media platform that you will go through is Twitter. So Twitter, I'm sure most of you are conversant with it, and Twitter is good for quick conversation and also public relations. You can create a professional looking profile. You can ensure that you have a header image and a username. For example, just as I was saying, you can have the business name as the Crafters Agency and the username can be at the Crafters Agency. You should also get noticed and join conversations by using relevant hashtags. Ensure that you follow up on the trending hashtags as this will enable your business to be recognized and build your brand. You should also ask questions and run polls. This is mostly on engagements with your consumers and retweet and engage with your with content or with customers you'd like to have or rather their potential customers. Ensure that you also use pinned tweets to display important messages. For example, they're having a promotion to your target audience. And so going on forward, we're going to look on another social media platform, which is Facebook. And Facebook is actually the it has got 2.5 billion monthly active users. It's actually the widely used social media platform, and it's great for helping customers find you and see what your business is about. So you should link it to your main website, just as I told you earlier on. Use it as a call to action button. You can add your opening hours, you can add your contact details, how your potential customers are going to get you, and you should also change the call to action button. Maybe you can include something like shop now, contact us, buy now, use things like that. And also going forward to our next social media platform is Instagram. Instagram is the most visual social media platform. In which it's a great place to draw people's attentions with visuals, pictures and videos, reels. You can use GIFs. It's a place to share photos and videos or anything from new products to a day at the beach. You can actually share anything on your Insta stories. You can use your photo captions to tell a story and get people interested. I was actually doing a social media analytics for some of you, and actually some of you are really doing good in it. Which it's just few improvements on it, and then you'll be good to go. So go easy on the hashtags on Instagram and ensure that you follow influencers. Ensure that you follow brands and people that you find interesting to increase your audience. And also on the next social media platform, and also the last one that we're going to talk about on today's webinar is LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, I'm sure most of you have interacted with it, and it is great for recruitment. It's great for building a professional network or connecting with peers. You can create both a personal and a company page on LinkedIn. It's quite easy. You can just sign up on it, join, and then you'll be able to create the company page on it. And then you can encourage your employees to become brand advocates for your particular brand. And also, you should make your company page search engine friendly, which is all about the content that you're posting. You should ensure that it is optimized. And also, share product news and thought leadership content, that something that is actually going to drive traffic to your social media platform. So that is it on the social media platform, and maybe I'll pause for any questions that you might have on the chat box here. So feel free to engage with my moderator on the chat box. Feel free to ask us of any questions. Yeah, so I can see Kitty Onyango is saying, can I use .love? Not really, Kitty. No, that domain name is not really familiar. We are actually advertising on using a domain name like .com, .co.ke, so that it can actually be more conversant when it comes to search engine optimization. Yes. And so moving forward, so my moderator will share with you the mentorship program in which Google is offering a one-on-one mentorship program to the small and medium enterprises and charity organization. Be able to sign up on it, and we will be able to get back to you about the mentorship programs. And also moving forward, what are your next steps? So today's session is just the beginning. What one thing will you do or change following the next session? My moderator is going to share with you a feedback link in which you can fill in the feedback on the training session, and you will be able to implement everything that you're going to denote on that feedback session. And yeah, so basically, feel free to also follow our social media platforms in which my moderator again is going to share with you our social media platforms, which are Twitter, we are Digital Skills AF. On Facebook, we are Digital Skills for Africa. And on Instagram, we are Digital Skills AF. My moderator is going to share with you the link. And thank you so much, guys, for keeping up with me on the training session. Thank you for joining today's session. Share your feedback, share the feedback link. Feel free to fill in the feedback link that my moderator is sharing, and we're looking forward to provide an overview of future courses, and we're looking forward to see you again on our next training session. Thank you so much for engaging with us. With that, I also thank the moderator for being engaging, and also want to thank everyone for joining the session and actually engaging the moderator on the training session. And I believe that the session has actually been informative. Thank you so much, and see you at the next training session.